Happy holidays, everyone, and welcome back to the Rogers channel. And guys, this time around, we have a very special Christmas-themed video for you. That being the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian Scout Holiday Edition. Man, it has definitely been some time since we've opened up a Black Series figure here on the channel, but I managed to pick this guy up at Ollie's sometime around like November and decided to review him this time around. But of course, you can see right here in the front of the packaging the Star Wars Black Series logo, the figure shown in the window, and of course the name on the bottom. I always like the sort of like packaging that they have for these figures. So as you can see, it has like these snowflakes going around it with the sort of like theme of the Star Wars characters. So this time, these snowflakes are featuring the Mandalorian Scout and Babu Freak. And then, of course, the window itself showcases the figurines and the accessories very well. Love the gray and sort of like navy colors going throughout the packaging. Here on this side, you get the name, of course, and this little like to and from little sticker in Orbish. In the back, you get a description of the figurine, talking about celebrating the season, some warnings on the bottom, and that's pretty much it. On the side, you get more snowflakes, this little continuation with the window, and this little bow. Here's the bottom of the box, and the top. But I'll go ahead and open them up and see what's inside. Oh, here he is, out of plastic. And here's the figure out of the packaging. And taking a look at the Mandalorian Scout, he looks incredible. Love the coloring on the figurine, the small little details there and there. But we'll go ahead and take a closer look, starting from the top to bottom. Taking a look at the helmet right here, looks fantastic. Of course, it does have that really nice blue glossy color going throughout most part. I really like the overall look. It's the classic sort of like, Mandalorian style helmet. So you get this nice white color going around the visor along with the black. And then on the rangefinder, it comes in this really nice gold coloring. And like you just saw, you can move the rangefinder up and down. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as the coloring. And he does have a joint at the neck and the top of the head, so you get plenty of movement here, side to side, up and down. It's kind of hard to see on camera. I'll try and zoom in a minute, but as you can see, he does have an unpainted head glued on in the bottom to give him that extra support, but there is no way of removing the helmet unless you did some, probably warming it up or things like that. I have seen that process be done before. Taking a look at the torso now, he does have this ugly sweater sort of like print going on right here in the chest plate. It's made to resemble the scene where Mando speeds off in his new Naboo starfighter, and there's the X-Wings tailing him. But really cool. Love how they sort of add that little reference. The chest plate is a different shade of blue, a little bit lighter, and you can see right here, it continues with these pegs for the jetpack. And he does have a ball joint right here in the lower waist. So here, side to side, back, and forward. Check out the arms. The arm does stick out right there. It is able to go, pretty much all the way around. It does need some help right here with the shoulder pad, as it is connected individually, as you can see right there. So yeah, it does make it a little bit more interesting, but a lot more flexible than the standard shoulder pad. Elbow goes up right there. He does have a swivel at the elbow and articulation at the wrist at the hand, and the other side as well. Arm sticks out right there, goes all the way around with a little bit of help with that shoulder pad. The elbow joint goes up pretty good, has a swivel right here, and some movement at the wrist and at the hand. I also like the more cleaner look of the white, especially with the sort of like forearm pieces and the shoulder pads. It really adds some nice sort of like character to the whole entire outfit. And now checking out the torso. Of course, you can see right here, he does have this white belt that goes all the way around. It does have some white pouches on the side of his hip right here, and then in the front. And on this side, you do get a holster for his pistol. And now checking out the legs, he is able to go into a full-on split. He is able to sit down pretty nicely, and the legs go back pretty far. And right here, he does have a swivel around the thighs. There is some sort of like guards or like these pieces of armor on the thigh as well. The knee joints do make him go into a kneeling position, so that's very nice to see. And last but not least, looking at the boots, they come in this very nice white color, and they have like this navy sort of like band going around the boot. The feet do point down, they do point up, and there is a rock ankle, so you get some good action poses. And now looking at the other smaller figure that is included with the main figure is the holiday. Let me zoom in real quick. This little guy that is included with the main figure, which is the holiday sort of like Babu freak that is included. He's very adorable, as you can see. Love the attention to detail on his face. And right here, the little goggles do sort of like plop down right there. He has his golden hood and then the navy outfit. Really, really cute. And crazy enough, he does have small amount of articulation right here in the arms and a swivel in the torso area. So yeah, he is an articulated figure. Up next, we'll take a look at the accessories, starting off with the jetpack. Taking a look at the jetpack, it is like the standard look for the Mandalorian Scouts jetpack, but some really nice details there and there. Obviously, the color sort of like palette is focused more so on his armor. So you get some navy, white, and gold little touches. And then right here, you do have the small pegs to place it on his back. There is also these smaller pegs down here to place the flame effects that Boba Fett does come with. So in case you do have that figure, you can place them right here. And to put on the jetpack, you just slightly put it on right here and match it up with the pegs on his back. It's very stiff and goes on perfect. So you can see right here, the accessory fits very well on his back. So yeah, really, really cool. And finally, he comes with a pistol. Taking a look at the Mandalorian pistol, this is the same mold we've seen before, just a different color variation with the white and the orange tip. And he's able to hold onto it very nicely in the palm of his hand. The grip on the pistol is very well, so it won't come off as easily as you may think. And then in case you don't want to use the pistol anymore, you can then slide it inside his holster, and then you can place the little strap right here inside of the inside the little peg, place it on there firmly, and there you go. And now a overview of the figurine. He's really, really cool, literally. Being part of the whole Christmas collection that they've done throughout the years, I would have to say that this Mandalorian figure is top notch and is totally worth the pickup. I kind of dig the whole like armor color or like the variation of this type of Mandalorian scout. Especially if you're going to be like army building, you can easily paint over that little like ugly sweater look unless you kind of like it. But overall, he looks kind of like a mix of like Death Watch or the Imperial Super Commando kind of look. So, you can kind of modify it a little bit, make it an army builder type. And like I said at the beginning, I did manage to pick up this Mandalorian figure at my local Ollie's. He was like $7, $8. So an easy army builder, in case you want to modify it. But overall, I like the articulation, the accessories, and the mini Babu Freak. Definitely worthwhile in my holiday collection. And yes, I do know that Christmas has already passed by this, point, but who cares? The holiday season is still in the air, and I'm at least happy to finally push out this last video. It has been quite a wild year, but so far, I am just happy with all the amazing support that you guys have given me. It has been totally worthwhile and keeps pushing on for more amazing content for the rest of 2025 leading up to the new year. And with that said, I hope you all have a wonderful, rest of the year. I'm going to be taking a break, but I will be back in January to preview some new One Piece stuff, thanks to my sister. So please be looking forward to that. And happy holidays and happy new year. Thank you all so much for an amazing 2025 year. It has been incredible. And with that said, I'll catch you all on the next one.